Yo, beautiful people, this is Nate here.
This Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. So we're back with a review today for this SiR project titled November. I knew nothing about this guy going in. I knew absolutely nothing. I knew the fact that he was with Top Dog. I knew that Kendrick talked about him before. A couple times I heard it. That's all I knew going in. Pleasantly surprised. This is my favorite R&B album right now. That's how much I listen to this album. Now, when we talked about it before, we were talking about it, and I was like, man, it kind of like blended together. I didn't really get more into it. I was falling asleep because I don't know if I was tired that day. I don't know if I was tripping or what. But I listened to it over last weekend, and it was like I listened to it for the first time because that album was like, wow. It really stood out to me. The dude can sing. He had good content behind it. Now, it sounds throwbackish. I couldn't really put my finger on who he sounded like, though. He sounded like somebody I've heard before. A little bit of Anderson .Paak, maybe. I don't know, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. But I enjoyed it, man. I thought it was a pretty good album.
Okay, I can dig that, man. I as well. I didn't know anything about SiR. Coming into this, I only saw that he was a Top Dog artist, or part of Top Dog Entertainment, and it had been a slow week for albums. I'm like, man, let me go ahead and check this out.
Right,
caught me off guard. Caught me completely off guard, man. Dude is super talented. I think what really caught me off guard was just how he was able to jump around so much stylistically. Mm-hmm. It was like, man, he gave us a lot of just like really weird, eerie, sticky beats on here, man. Gave us a lot of traditional R&B. You know what I'm saying? What he did with his vocal performances. I mean, sometimes he was really just out here crooning, just blowing, singing traditional R&B songs. Other times he kind of swagging through it, man. Gave us one track that was almost a little bit of a rap. Mm-hmm. Man, somehow he managed to kind of go all over the place with these beats. Like, at no point in this album did I feel like it hit any stale points. Like, all of the beats sounded different and unique. He changed his style so much across this album, but everything still sounded very cohesive. One thing that really caught me off guard, man, he didn't even lean on like features on here. I mean, you're on the biggest label in the world right now, and you don't lean on any features. You know what I'm saying? You just go out here, show and prove, which I thought was super dope. And I actually kind of caught me off guard with the intro. When I first heard the intro, and it's a 45-second instrumental, I'm like, who does this guy think he is? But he came through. He showed improved, man. So I couldn't be mad at that at all, man. 11 tracks, kept it in a perfect little pocket. And I felt like this was a great introduction for a new artist. For me, the artist that it actually reminded me a lot of was Raheem DeVaughn. It reminded me a ton of Raheem DeVaughn when he first came out. And yeah, man, it really just kind of
I couldn't figure out who it reminded me of, because it sounded a little bit of Anderson .Paak-ish at points, but not as like Anderson got that real distinctive voice. So I couldn't really say that. But like you said, it kind of goes ins and outs. But he could sing. The guy is super talented. He talked about, I don't know, he picked up when he talked about how Top was working him like a dog, like just doing a lot, having him in the studio a lot. Sweet November, Having Ready to Call My Mom. Summer in November. I'm sorry, Having Ready to Call My Mom. Never Home was one of my favorites on there as well. I mean, he really talked about some stuff. Now, I didn't really pick up on the concept, what he was trying to get by. I don't think there was even a concept.
I don't think that there was a hard concept on the album.
Me neither. But the artificial intelligence was kind of dope behind it. Kind of just added a little bit of flavor to the album, I think. So I don't think it was really concept-ish at all. But amazing album. I thought it was dope, man.
Man, listen, it really caught me off guard. I mean, on first listen, I started kind of sending this out like, yo, check this out. Like, make sure I'm not tripping.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was too.
It was real fire. It was very, very fire. Now, the one thing I will say on here is I do wish that he maybe would have explored a couple of different topics. I mean, when I said that this was an R&B album, like it was focused all on love, relationships, breaking up, getting together, infatuation. Like that is the only topic that you're really going to get on this album. But for 11 tracks, I'll excuse it. I mean, the first track is really just an instrumental interlude.
Right.
So, really, and there's another interlude on there as well. So yeah, really about nine and a half tracks on here. But I mean, with it, start to finish, even when the album found itself coming back to repeat, it still felt fresh and brand new. It didn't feel like I was listening to the same album again, just because it took you on so much of an adventure, top to bottom. Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to whatever he's got to offer next.
Top Dog and them, they got it going right now, bro.
Man, listen, they got the high hand for sure. They better ride with it, man.
Absolutely. What'd you give it?
Man, I rated this album out at an 88.
Okay, I gave it 87.
Okay.
So I mean, damn, that's crazy. We were that close on it, but yeah, man, it was definitely a good album. I definitely think everybody should check it out. Let us know what you guys think. Are we too high, too low? I think a lot of people don't even know who he is.
Hey, and if you don't, man, check it out.
Check it out, man, and leave it below what you guys think of it and give your rating, and we'll definitely go from there.
For sure.
But yo, I am Nate here.
This Kev.
Hey, yo, we're Games Music Life, man. Drink more water, people.
Peace.
Peace.